Okay. So, the first Berserker Khazan starts on the Imperial year 89, and after slaying Hismar, the Berserker dragon, and restoring peace to the kingdom with his best friend Osmar, he is falsely accused of treason and exiled to the furthest area of the empire. After escaping death with the help of an entity that we do not know of, he now has a journey to complete, the journey of revenge against those that plotted against him. The entity possesses him, the Blade Phantom. Uh, he was pretty secure that he was going to control the body of Khazan without a problem, but the pure strength and willpower of Khazan managed to control the Blade Phantom. While he was finding a way to survive and complete his revenge, the Blade Phantom aids him for his own benefit. They even fought against each other to see who was in control, but at the end, a bargain was made. Phantom helps Khazan to get his revenge, but they also need to control the kingdom from the chaos that is going around. I felt so engaged with the story because the voice acting, first of all, is amazing. I played on the Korean language this game. And also the different collectibles that we look for and the game provides for us adds a little bit of context about the characters and the world. So this is pretty welcoming experience for the game. Also, we have a character relationship map that let us know which side the characters are on, which is something that is needed in so many games from now on. At the end, a good story will always make people remember the journey that you achieved when you finish it, and the first Berserker Khazan does that. But sadly, some characters are just not developed enough, which is really surprising because the game can take up to 80 hours to complete. So they could have shown a little bit more, in my opinion. Well, this is where the game fucking shines. I'm currently using the Greatsword on my playthrough, and it is so satisfying to just unga bunga the living fuck out of the enemies in this game. And yeah, no cap for real in this motherfucker. So, of course, like all the Souls-like games, when you beat enemies, sold items, or defeat bosses, you will earn the famous quote-unquote souls to upgrade the attributes of your character, like life, stamina, strength, willpower, and proficiency. Each one is so important in the build that you will have in the game. For example, in my gameplay, since I'm using the Greatsword, the stats that actually matter is life, stamina, and strength. Those three are the ones that I will be leveling up the most. Now, also the first Berserker Khazan has a pairing system, or in this case also a reflect and block button, which is really good. It reminds me of Sekiro to a certain point, and I fucking love that. It shows a certain level of difficulty in having your enemies to attack you differently, especially with the speed and delaying the hit of their attacks, so you can appreciate their moveset a little bit more. If you're struggling with the zone, well, you better memorize and learn those attacks, because that's how you will be getting good at the end of the game. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't felt this way since Sekiro. Skill tree in this game actually has a diverse option for the weapons that are available in the game. You have dual blades, a spear, and the greatsword. You have to make sure to select and apply the correct combo to link for the most amount of damage. And I love that you can remove the skill points without a cost and rearrange them for a better combo. There are some that are kind of mandatory. Well, I wouldn't say kinda. They are mandatory for Khazan to have a decent damage, but the options can actually open up if you want to experiment a little bit. And now, here comes the best thing about the game, the bosses. Oh my god. Each and every single boss is a skill check for your build and for your game knowledge. So the mechanics and understanding of the game, it's a test every single time, and I love that. And I love that the game forces you to try different items so that you don't feel on a massive disadvantage. For example, boss Viper does lightning damage to you, so you have to consume items for lightning resistance so that his abilities don't do a lot of damage to you. When I finish the game and I finally have all of the bosses done, I will be doing a tier list of the bosses from easiest to hardest in my own experience with Khazan. I'm currently playing the game at performance mode and unlimited frames, and the game runs pretty good for my PlayStation 5. No issues so far in my game. It just looks amazing. The cutscenes are really good, and every single area in the game has its own unique style that actually makes you feel that you are in a complete different area of the Empire. You actually even have a map that is showing you your journey as you go a little bit south to meet the Emperor. But there's something specifically that I love, and it is the art style of the characters and bosses. To me, it's so fresh and so new. It's kind of cartoonish to a certain point, but the levels are not that cartoonish. They look really polished. It's something so weird for my eyes, but I love it so much. The other characters appear also with the same cartoon style that Khazan has. So it's just something so weird. But come on, I need more of that. Also, the HUD is really easy to read and comfortable for the player experience. The location of your life, stamina, and spirits bar make it so easy to look at them while you are fighting, so you don't get really that distracted. Colors do have a major impact, although I do have to mention that one boss fight was a little bit difficult at first due to the amount of colors that appeared in the arena of that boss. It was for the second boss, the Blade Phantom, and which was really awkward due to the amount of red and black on his attack and also with the arena at the back. It was odd for me. However, like always, you have to adapt into that situation. So it took me a little bit of tries to adapt, but I was able to do it without a problem. This game shines with the original soundtrack, but man, do you feel really excited when you load up the game and the menu music hits. It reminded me of Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3 especially. And I had those type of chills. You know, when I'm always playing this game, that menu music is just, give it to me on my veins now. It literally hypes me the fuck up to play even more. Also, the sounds that you have when you parry an enemy, I cannot believe the eargasm that I received while playing this. It's actually incredible. Then, when you continue to hit an enemy or boss, you can actually feel the sound of each impact of the weapon that you are holding. For example, me being Team Unga Bunga, you feel the greatsword going down to hit those motherfuckers as hard as you can. It reminds me a lot of Guts from Berserker. I felt like I was him, except for, you know, all the trauma. Boss fights music, bitch. Bitch, hold on with this one. I cannot believe the amount of times I was in shock with each presentation of the original soundtrack of the boss. This is not only a home run, but it's a grand slam on this game. I wish I could show more about specific bosses, that the music is just hits different. But man, I can't. There's a lot of spoilers, and I will feel really bad for people that actually now want to play the game, because I know that you will play this game. You have no other option. Pause the video, go to the store, buy this game, download it. You are not going to be disappointed. The First Berserker Khazan decided to surprise gamers with one of the best action RPGs of the year. But not only that, maybe game of the year? I don't know, but so far, it is my game of the year by a long shot. Like, we still have a lot of incredible games coming up this year, but I am so happy to experience this game. Every single detail is just so good. Level design is at its best and easy to follow. Bosses are a real challenge that forces you to sharpen your game knowledge. Music that is incredible. Story that is good, and you actually want more and more from it. I give the First Berserker Khazan an easy and without a question a 9.5 out of 10. I'm not giving this game a 10 because the story could have shown more from the supporting characters. They needed more dialogue when you defeat a certain boss. They could have shown more appreciation, or maybe they were a little bit in shock. It's just that the dialogue is a little bit, one-dimensional when it comes down to certain areas of these characters. And yeah, a welcoming challenge that you will not be disappointed with this one. So that's the First Berserker Khazan, a challenge, and I love that. Thank you very much for clicking and watching this game review. It means a lot to me, and it's showing that you love this content. But now that we do not have a future game for the following weeks, just wait for Platinum Trophy videos. I already have a list of games that I'm already playing, and I'm already recording, so you're gonna be in shock when those videos release. And also, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and turn those notifications on to know when I will be uploading, okay? Thank you very much. Drink water, enjoy your day. Bye-bye.